Okay, so this is for week 6, Friday, on factoring with 4 terms. So I guess it's kind of like factor by grouping. Did you fill out this part right here, Grayson? This part, the first page, did you figure it out? Or no? Did you do that or no? You did? Okay, and you filled everything out? Yes? Okay, well, let's see.
No, because he wanted us to get that other page first.
So let's take a look at this right here, okay? You have 4 terms, right? There are 4 terms right here. Step 1, group the first 2 terms together and the last 2 terms together, right? That's what it says, correct? Why is my eraser not working? This is dumb. There we go, okay. All right, so you have to put them in order from smallest term to largest term, right? Factor 2, or step 2, factor the GCF from each of the binomials. That means I'm gonna look at these 2 right here. And what I can do from that is I could take out an x squared, correct? And when I take out the x squared, what goes back inside there is an x plus 7. Do you agree? We're not doing that anymore. Pay attention. Then we're going to take a look at the last term right there. Do you see that? What can you take out between the 2x and the 7? Or 14. Which leaves me with, no, not 7. 2 and 14.
Oh, true.
Then x plus 7, right? What do you notice that's the same here? Yeah, so what that means is that you can technically factor these 2 out. Does that make sense? So when you take those out, you have an x plus 7 that you're taking out, correct? Right? But then what's left behind? You could do it like that, okay? And if you were actually to FOIL this, you would be able to FOIL this. So this part right here goes right there, okay? Distribute the check your answer. So distribute means you have to FOIL it, right? So FOIL. First is x times x squared, which is, what's your outside? And there's 2 outsides. Okay, this is first, correct? This is outside. Outside is x and 2. It's not 7. Inside. What is that? What are the 2 for inside? Do you see how they're in the inside? Last. What are the 2 last? Good. Do you see how these ones right here in the, or actually, I'm sorry. No, you can't. You can't combine them. Just kidding. Thought you could, but you cannot. You can't combine anything. X cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 14. Is that the original equation? Yes, that's how you factor by grouping, okay, with 4 terms. All right, you fill it out. Let me see, where's your notebook? Where's your paper for this? Okay, so then let's take a look at what you did for these last few. So for the first one here, you can take out a, so for this one, you can take out an x squared, that's good. So you have x plus 4, that's good. And then 8, x plus 4. So the biggest thing is you need to make sure these 2 are the same. Do you understand? So when they're the same, those 2 can then just get factored out as x plus 4, right? And you're like, what's left? What's left is the x squared plus 8, which is what you have, right? Okay, good. Let's take a look at number 2. 8 to the second, 9, that's good. Make sure these 2 are exactly the same. They are. So you factor the 8 plus 2 out, right? And then what's left over is x squared plus 9, correct? Okay, good. Next one. You could take out w squared, and then here you could take out a negative 8. I'm glad you took out the negative 8. And so then what's left is w plus 5, w plus 5. That's what you get, and then w squared minus 8. It's minus, correct? Make sure you erase that. Make sure it looks like an actual minus sign instead of a plus, because it looks like a plus sign, is what remains, correct? Did you do this by yourself, or did you use AI? Okay, good. All right, everything else looks pretty good. K squared minus 5, good. And then p cubed, good. P squared minus 6, minus 2, p squared minus 6. Good, this looks good so far. Good. V squared, good, minus 3. So biggest thing is you want to make sure this and this is the same, which it is. Awesome. Now, the only other thing is if you have like a v squared minus 4 instead of like a 3, for example, right? Right? For example, right? You could do v minus 2, v plus 2 one more time. And then you put that, the other one's v minus 1 right there. Does that make sense? You just have to factor one more time. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. All right, that looks good. Now let's take a look at the ones in the back. Did you do the one in the back yet? Okay, so let's go over to the back. Why don't you pick a few questions that you feel are difficult, and we'll go over those ones. You pick. Which one do you want to go over? What number? Which one do you feel like are really challenging? Pick 2. It's okay. You're coughing. It's not a big deal. Pick 2. Pick 2. Which one looks really complex? Let's do the challenge ones. Let's do the 16 and the 18. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to start with number 16. So with number 16, you're looking at these two, correct? You could take out a u, which would give you a v minus 1, right? Then when I look at these two right here, can't take anything. So here's the thing. You can't rearrange the terms, correct? Okay, so then what you're going to do when you rearrange a term is there's only one v here. You want the v and the v to go together, right? So then I want to do u, v plus v. Those are going to go together, yes? Then you want the u's to go together. So I'm going to have a minus u squared. Does that make sense? So just rearrange, all right? So then I'm going to take the v out, so it's a u plus 1, correct? Take out a u, I'm going to get a 1 minus u, correct? Well, I don't want a 1 minus u. Does that make sense? So if I don't want a 1 minus u, I want a u plus 1. I'm going to try to think, is there any way that I can make both of them into a plus? And I can make both of them into a plus, maybe. That's not actually. Well, if I take out a positive u, okay? If it's a positive u, then it's a negative 1 minus u. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see the minus 1 minus u? What if I took out a negative 1? Then wouldn't that be a positive 1 plus u? Do you see that? Okay. So then I actually did screw this up. So if I take out negative u, I will have a negative u comma 1 plus u. Do you see that? Because that negative 1 times u is a negative u, right? Okay. So now these two are the same, correct? And then these are the same, or not the same, but you're going to factor those out. So my answer will just be v minus u, 1 plus u, like this. And that'll be my answer. Does that make sense? So try that one on your own. Give it a try. You just have to be very careful with it. Okay. All right, so then let's take a look at number 18. Automatically, I want to see that between the 15a and the 14b, there's nothing they have in common, right? So I want to rearrange it. So maybe I have these two together and then these two together. Do you see that? So you want to rearrange it, right? So if I factor out the green, right? I could take out between the 10 and the 15, could take out a 5 and an A, correct? Right? Which will leave me with a 2b minus 3. Do you agree with that? Okay, now when I look at the 21 and the 4, I could take out a 7, right? If I take out a 7, the one goes back inside is a 3 minus 2b, right? Do you see how these two are very similar? The only difference is that like the sign's a little off, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tweak it. Like if you take out a -1 from there, right? If I take out a -1, right? If I take out a -1, this will become a -3. That will become a positive 2b. Do you agree with that? Well, if I rearrange that, wouldn't that give me a 2b minus 3, which is the same as this one essentially, right? So then the outside is a 7 times -1, which is a -7. Do you see that? So then I have 2b minus 3 as the other one, and the next one is a 5a minus 7, right? So then my answer here is just going to be 5a minus 7, 2b minus 3. That's my answer. Okay, so go ahead and give that a try. Okay, let's do number 17. For number 17, which two can you not combine together? Look at the last two. Can you combine the 3m and the 7n together? So then what should I group the 3m with? Okay, and what should I group the 7n with? Good, so let's rewrite it. So I'm gonna do 12m squared plus 3m, and then plus 28mn plus 7n. Then when you look at the first one, what can you take out between 12m squared plus 3m?
4,
Can take out 4.
3,
What goes back inside?
4, 3.
There's no squared.
Okay, so take out 3m.
Yeah, so what goes back inside? Good. Now let's take a look at the second part right here. What can you take out? If we get a 7, n. Good. What goes back inside?
4m.
Good. Now this one's not that difficult. You don't have to reverse the negatives because those are the same, correct? So you just rewrite it, and you should have 3m plus 7n, 4m plus 1. And that's your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to do number 15 on your own. Give it a try. Did you already do it? Okay, give that a try because the answer looks incorrect. So I will recommend that you not use that. That's not correct. So give it a try. Okay, so looking at this right here, there's no way the last two can be together, right? So that and I don't know, this could technically go with a 2xy or the 5x. Do you see that? And the 5x can go with a -10y because you can take it out 5. So let's just try those two first, okay? And then we'll try those two. Does that make sense? Do you see how we're just going to give it a try? Okay. Because technically, do you see how this can be grouped with this as well? Do you see that? And this could be grouped with this. We just don't know which one yet, right? So we're just going to give it a try, okay, for both. And then once we figure out which one I can, I'll go back and I'll maybe have to rearrange it again. So our first rearrangement is a 2xy minus 10y plus 5x minus x squared, right? And then I could take out a 2y x minus 5. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And this one, I could take out a 5x, which is a 1 minus x, right? Do you see how the inside, there's like no way I can make anything different with those. Like, it's not like, oh, it's close, but I just need to change the signs. There's no way a x minus 5 is going to become a 1 minus x, right? So what that means is like this grouping was a bad grouping, okay? So then what you're going to do is going to do a regroup. Does that make sense? So then my next regroup is going to be 2xy. Instead of being with a negative 10y, I'm going to have the 2xy go with the minus x squared. Do you see that? Do you see how I regrouped it? Okay, and then plus 5x minus 10y. Do you see how I'm going to regroup that? Okay, so then what ends up happening is on the first one right here, I could take out an x and I have a 2y minus x. Do you see that? For the second one, I'm going to take out a 5, which is going to give me an x minus 2y, correct?
Yeah.
Do you see how this one and this one are very similar? The only difference, I need to switch the sign, right? And what did I say? What do you do if you need to switch the sign? If I need to switch the sign to a negative x and a positive 2y, what happens to that 5? Do you see that? That's it, right? And that's fine because now, look, aren't these two exactly the same? 2y minus x isn't that the same thing as negative x plus 2y? Because I can reverse this, so it'll be 2y minus x, correct? So then my answer is going to be, don't forget these two, x minus 5, right? And then 2y minus x. Does that make sense? Okay, now you try that. Yeah. No, I messed up on that one. Hold on a second. So if you take out just an x, then you'll have a 5 minus x. Oh, so same thing. Yeah, you could just use that one. Then technically we didn't have the regroup. I made a little whoopsie right here. Okay. So then if I just do it that way, then what would have happened is I will have a 2y minus x, correct? And then a negative 5 plus x, like that, right? Yeah, same thing. So I didn't actually have the regroup. I just made a mistake. Sorry. Yeah. Does that make sense? So you did it correctly.
No,
So
not simple.
it is the same thing.
No.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if I change, okay, you see how this is a 5 minus x right here? I need this to be an x minus 5, right? So you just make that a negative, and that a positive. Do you see how if I make that the x a negative, everything inside becomes the opposite sign?
Okay, what?
Well, that's because I just taught you that. So now you know, right? That's the little trick. If you just need to make the signs opposite, you just bring out a negative. Factoring answers my